Okay, welcome to Oathsworn into the Deepwood. This will be also a spoilery section, but yeah, I showed the richness. Yeah, for example, here, look at this. Let's stop. But if you have the keyword paragon on your free company sheet, turn to epilogue 2. If you have green thumb, turn to epilogue 3. If you have kinsman, turn to epilogue 4. So the epilogues, that means that they assume that you have finished successfully the combat part. That matters. Yeah, so just look at this, nice bonus pictures. Yeah. And there are also some kind of puzzles. And they say, for example, this journal is usually there are some kind of mini battle that is triggered, and then you have to look for an entry. And the second part of the journal consists of puzzles and entries. This is, for example, the global map. So you have let's see, Bastone here, and you have Virum, it goes there, and there are several other fixed points in the chapter of other cities that you have to go to. Then you have these kind of puzzle things, so you have to solve. This is checked in chapter 20 or something, chapter 19, and it says, yeah, it gives instructions on what this means, and then you have to solve the puzzle. You have to escape a prison at some point, and there are some prison break rules. There is some parts where you can go insane, so this is the sanity rules. So there are several mini games that plus this kind of mysterious tomes. I haven't seen instructions in the rulebook, so I probably missed it. So there is no guarantee that you have to go through every puzzle. You see some kind of labyrinth, and infiltration rules. You have to infiltrate somewhere. Not going into detail, so there's mysterious circly things. There are also ancient cities that are more ancient than the cities that survived the Deepwood. So they have their own mysteries and mechanics. Yeah. So let's see. This is also nice. Yeah, there are some timed events where you have to set a timer, and within a minute or something. Of course, you can always cheat because it's a board game. Here's another of these things. And here is the Forbidden City that is, yeah, it's forbidden, so you can't enter it. But there are some cases where where they play a role. Then, so yeah, there is a lot in this. This is essential, absolutely essential. Yeah, so there are some siege rules where you have to perform an assault, and the cubes that you have The might cubes. The might cubes are used in the normal game for bad luck things, but the might cubes, they show how you, depending on what you have gained at this point in the game, you get some benefits or not, and you have to perform a siege. So hence the name siege rules. And it says here, keep this page open throughout the chapter as a reference for the siege rules. You are free to move between the pages 72 76. So there are several pages of this siege game. So it's incredibly varied. Let's see. Yeah, and here's the ally deaths. So there's a little story for all the allies. They are here in alphabetical order. They're in the box, as I showed you. They are in numerical order. But yeah, you can leave them off to die. You have to perhaps sometimes sacrifice them in order to survive. So the amount of allies and which allies that you end up with after each chapter matters. And is different from player group to player group. But here are some nice stories about how they died, and so lost or sacrificed. That's a key thing. So this is absolutely a masterpiece, and you can play with the what's its name, with the app or with the chapter book, just purely as a narrative story. And this reading through this book took me about 8 hours, so without any gameplay or admin whatsoever. I just read on and on. That means that you're looking at 30 hours of gameplay, just the choose your own adventure part of this game. And I found a few typos, mostly in the second book, but they are very like hollow with one L, stuff like that. So very minor typos. But yeah, a game this massive, even at second edition, always has some typos. But it's the way that it is intertwined is absolutely stunning. And what you need for only the choose your own adventure thing is the journal, obviously, that you only read when instructed to from the storybook. You need the corresponding timer for the city events, and so for example they go until 19 is blank. I also made scans of this in case somebody needs a digital thing. And here, go to entry 187 on page 35 of the journal. So you go to entry 187, and it's also very good. It's so well thought of. Like, they don't have page numbers. They have section ranges, and that is just so beautiful. So 187. Let's see if I can not spoil it. Yeah. So if you are here, page 35, check. Darkness comes faster than you would have thought, and you are forced to make camp in the city. Twilight seems unusually cold here, and you know there will be an advantage to sleeping with a roof over your head. However, that would force the army to split up amongst the houses and prevent you from reacting quickly to any approaching danger. And then you have a choice, and that choice, choose one here, points you to another section in the journal. So yeah, that's how the story is split up. So the journal is like a secondary part. And let's see, it's all entries, unique items. Yeah, we treated all that. So yeah, all you need is just the single sheet that is points to the chapter. So chapter 14, you take out the sheet for 14. Well, not 14 because it is a Captions puzzle. You follow the instructions to open the envelope. For the first enemy, we know that is the red thing. So you are indeed instructed to open the triangle envelope, and inside the envelope you see this. So these are push through things for the standee part that I made access for. I don't need this, but as you can see, they are beautiful. As far as a monster can be beautiful. So this is the little rats that are spawned by the brood mother. So I'll show the brood mother standee version, so you get an idea. So this is so you push it out and then you put it on the giant circle thing. Yeah, so there's attention to detail in the story, in the structure, the system, how it works together. There is attention to detail. There's a lot of art, and there are also puzzles that ask you things about the art. So it utilizes everything. And I don't think anyone has shown this to the internet before. So either you know or you don't. So what I recommend is if you want a good story, a really good story for 30 hours, then Oathsworn is a good proposition. Even if you are not into combat. You can simply skip the combat, start reading, use the box, and yeah, you will only use half of the game, of course. You don't need the standees, etc. But you will have a great time. Yeah, so, and then you can sell it off again. So you buy it for 200 and you sell it for 190, for example. For 30 hours, that's an unbeatable deal.